Everyone. Good morning. My name is Kate, and I'm a financial technology advisor here at Hyperbots. Today, I'm thrilled to have John with me. Hey, John, how are you doing today?
Great. Thanks for having me.
Thank you for joining us. So, a little bit about John. He's the Vice President of Finance Processes and Accounting at XR Extreme Reach. Today, we will be discussing Pennsylvania's sales tax system. So, let's jump right in. So, coming to the first question, it's the fundamental question. What makes Pennsylvania's sales tax system unique, and how does it impact businesses operating in the state?
Yeah, so Pennsylvania is unique in that it allows jurisdictions to have different tax rates. So, number one, Pennsylvania has a 6% statewide sales tax rate, but then, for example, Philadelphia has a total tax rate of 8%, which can add complexity for businesses with multiple cities or counties within Pennsylvania. This means companies need to track not just at the state level, but at the local taxes as well in the metropolitan areas.
That's an interesting point. Are there any notable goods or services that are exempt from sales tax in Pennsylvania?
Yeah, many goods are and services are exempt. Clothing and footwear are exempt from sales tax across the state. Prescription drugs, certain medical devices are also exempt. There's digital products like ebooks or music that are taxable in Pennsylvania, which surprises some businesses. So it does vary. Again, that's why we have to continue to look at the tax regulation by jurisdiction.
Yeah, I understand. So, could you explain some of the challenges businesses face in keeping track of these exemptions and tax rates, especially if they operate in multiple locations?
Yeah, the biggest challenge is to understand these exemptions. Like food is generally exempt from sales tax, but prepared foods like your takeout restaurant meals, some of your frozen meals, things like that are actually taxable with multiple local jurisdictions applying different rates. So businesses often struggle to stay compliant because in cities like Philadelphia, the tax rate could be 8%, whereas a rural area would only have the 6% rate. So it varies again by municipality.
I see. That brings us to the frequency of tax rate changes. How often do sales tax rates or exemptions change, and how do businesses stay updated?
Sale tax rate in Pennsylvania, they don't change that frequently, but the municipalities can adjust their rates more often. Philadelphia occasionally revises its local taxes. Companies have to constantly monitor the state's Department of Revenue and local tax authorities for updates. For example, if there is a rate change in Philadelphia, businesses need to adjust their systems immediately to reflect that.
I understand. So, how does AI help businesses stay compliant with these frequently changing tax laws?
Yeah, AI can automate the tax calculations and the updates to the your tax tables to make sure that you're compliant and making any changes or adjustments if there's an exemption or something in Philadelphia that happens, ensuring that the correct rate is applied based on the customer's location. It can also track changes in the regulations so you don't miss the updates, so you get notified of those as well. If there's a local jurisdiction increase in rate, the system can automatically apply that new rate to the transactions without you having to go in and try to update everything.
That was very insightful. Could you maybe provide an example where AI has helped streamline sales tax compliance for a company?
Yeah, one example is a retail business operating in both Philadelphia and Pittsburgh. The company had to track two different local tax rates. So, like an 8% in Philadelphia, 7% in Pittsburgh. With an AI powered sales tax system, the company no longer needs to manually calculate these taxes for each transaction or by invoice or those things or look it up. AI automatically applied the correct rates for by those locations and adjusted for any changes in the tax rules.
Now, with all the different rules in Pennsylvania, how can a business ensure that it remains compliant, especially when it comes to exemptions?
Keeping the accurate records is a key. So AI can assist in identifying which products are exempt, like food versus prepared meals, ensuring that those exemptions are applied properly and making sure that you're categorizing. So AI may figure out from your item list and things like that that you might have a miscategorization and not getting the exemption that you should have or could have been applying. So it's important to stay on top of the law, but also keeping new items and things that go into your item list clean. So, another one is if there's an update to exemption status for a certain service or product, or even a tax holiday. In some places, they have the tax holidays where you don't, for like back to school and things like that, where other things may be exempt. AI can keep you on track for that.
I totally agree with you, John, on that. We have almost reached the end of our discussion today. So, the last question: what advice would you offer to businesses that are struggling to navigate Pennsylvania's complex sales tax rules?
Yeah, my advice is to invest into the appropriate sales tax automation solution that incorporates the AI so you're on top of it. You reduce the risk of manual errors by doing that and helping the business stay compliant. If you're having your accountants try to calc it each time or just use a standard tax table rate from QuickBooks or something, you may not be compliant because it's again by jurisdiction and those things can change through time. So staying informed through the Pennsylvania Department of Revenue's website and using AI tools to monitor the changes can definitely improve your efficiencies.
That's really insightful. Thank you so much, John. Thank you for joining us, and thank you so much for your valuable insights today. It's been a pleasure.